Hey, Shalawam. I want to this video of coronavirus. That's what's happening, man. Judgment. That's what's happening, man. Deuteronomy 7:15 through 16. I just want to get these couple verses out. People are bugging out about, this corona happening, but the elect. We're gonna laugh when this stuff starts happening, man. And the calamities, man. This is the beginning of all evils and sorrows, man. Well, really, it started 9/11, but it's getting worse and worse. Okay, the judgments from 9/11 and even before 9/11. Okay, the thing is, judgments coming down on America and all these other nations that follow after her, and Babylon the Great. But I want to get these out. Deuteronomy 7:15 through 16, and Yahawah, who they blaspheme. Jeremiah 23, verse 13. They prophesy in the name of Baal. All right, and all these names: Jesus, Jehovah, Allah, Yah, Yahuwah, Yahweh. Okay. Jesus is saying he revealed that secret to me. Okay, because Satan tried to buy my soul, and that's what people need to know. The UFOs are the holy angels, going through and out the globe, faster than the speed of light. And Yahawah the Lord will take away from thee all sickness, and will put none of the evil diseases of Egypt which thou knowest upon thee, but will lay them upon all them that hate thee, and thou shalt consume the people which Yahawah the Lord thy God shall deliver thee. Slakia, that came out weird. But thou shalt consume all the people which Yahawah the Lord thy God shall deliver thee. Thy eyes shall have no pity upon them, neither shalt thou serve their gods. Jesus, God, Jehovah, Yah. And I put all these names because I heard that Yahawah and Yahawashi in my dream, matching up with John 17 verse 6 and verse 26. And this is why for that will be a snare unto thee, and I just wanted to get that out because he's got his own graven image spoke of in Isaiah 44. That's the riddle to it, and it's spoke out the riddle. You have to read the whole scriptures. You got to read the Apocrypha too, which they took out a lot of scriptures, but that's the bread and the water, man. And I just want to pull up some more scriptures because I was in Jeremiah 30, and this morning, even in Osmos. Let's go to Osmos 9, just because I was there this morning. Osmos 9 and 11. And that day will I rise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will rise up his ruins, and I will build it as the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom, and of all the heathen which are called by my name, saith Yahawah the Lord that doeth this. Behold, the days come, saith Yahawah, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper. And you gotta understand who the plowman is. That was the slave, the servant, the slave, man, who was out there in the fields during slavery. All right, it was the 12 tribes of Israel, scattered through wherever he has scattered us. All right, but what's gonna happen? And each one of those nations is his people are gonna take over. All right. That the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treaders of grapes him that soweth seed, and the mountains that drop sweet wine, and all the hills that melt. And I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel, Yasharallah, and they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof. They shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them. And I will plant them among their own land, and they shall no more be pulled out of their land, which I have given them, saith Yahawah, the Lord thy God. And this is Jeremiah 30. I think it might be 29. But matching up. Jeremiah 30:16. Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thy adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith Yahawah the Lord. Because they called thee an outcast, saying, This is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. And that's our people. Okay. Thus saith Yahawah the Lord, Behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents, and have mercy on his dwelling places. And the city shall be built upon her own heap, and the palace shall remain after the manner thereof. And out of them shall proceed thanksgiving, and the voice of them that make merry. And I will multiply them, and they shall not be few. And that's what's precious. Because the 1/3 is few, but this word keeps getting out, which all the signs, more calamities. That's just the fear, because people aren't choosing the fear of the Most High. They're choosing the comforts of these newscasters, man. They're choosing the tickling of the ears of these pastors, man. Am I safe? Am I okay? Because that's all people want to know at the end of the day is if they're safe. Are they sure? Okay, they get that security. So these signs, these corona and stuff like this, illnesses, cancers, man, it's a sign of death, man. It's a judgment, man. And people be flipping out, but the elect, we're not gonna don't be dismayed at the signs, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Okay. And the thing is, that was great, but and they shall not be few, and I will also glorify them, and they shall not be small. How is he gonna glorify us with that face on our foreheads, man? That's that thing, man. To set you up and not pluck you up. And I'm gonna keep going, because I'm looking. Most High is showing some beautiful. It's beautiful out your power right now. But listen, their children also shall be as aforetime, and their congregation shall be established before me, and I will punish all that oppress them. And the nobles shall be of themselves, and their governor shall proceed from the midst of them, and I will cause him to draw near. And let's go into Revelations 12:4, I believe. That's by the Spirit. I'm bringing that one out, but I'm hoping I'm right. Just hope it's something not seen, because I without turning to the page, I'm not gonna know if the Holy Spirit was with me on this one. Okay. So their nobles shall be of themselves, and their governors shall proceed from the midst of them, and I will cause him to draw near. To be called up to his throne. And he shall approach unto me. And that's what happened. That's how I got this on my forehead. Ezekiel 16:12 through 15. He put this on my forehead. And I will cause him to draw near, and he shall approach unto me. For who is this that engageth his heart to approach unto me, saith Yahawah the Lord? Because the Most High he's looking, man. He's looking see if there's any down here that seeketh him, and is trying to do good. That's in the Psalms. And you should be and that's what he's doing to all his people. He's in a twinkle of an eye. He's changing the spirit of his righteous, man, to seek after him, because it's about to get really rough, man. You already see the signs of corona, and that's the thing. You know, you try smoking a blunt of marijuana while you got corona. Okay, it's just not you're not gonna get any fulfillment from that, right? Try it. You know, they're not gonna let you into the church. One of these, hey, but our church, hey, anybody who's got an illness of corona, yeah, you know, the Most High's church is always open. But you know, these churches, these earthly churches, they're scared. They don't got enough faith to welcome somebody in with corona. You know, your faith has got to be sure. You know, when death cometh, it fleeth, and it cometh not. You know, but and ye shall be my people, and I will be your God. Behold, the whirlwind of Yahawah, the Lord, goeth forth with fury, a continuing whirlwind, and it shall fall with pain upon the head of the wicked. The fierce anger of Yahawah, the Lord, shall not return until he have done it, until he have performed the intents of his heart. In the later days you shall consider it. And that should be emphasizes on that word it, because that is the end, man. The judgment spoke of in 2nd Exodus 14 and 35. But let me that's the thing, these diseases and stuff, man. Let me try to just pull up diseases, see what we can pull up by the Spirit, because these diseases aren't even, these diseases aren't even nothing new under the sun. Okay. But this is what's scary about these diseases too. This is a sign unto the whole world, the whole globe, of the Most High's power. You know, in Deuteronomy he speaks of he has the keys to life and death, sickness and health. Okay, Deuteronomy 28 and 60. Moreover, he will, you know, if we don't follow his laws, statutes, and commandments, you know, what's gonna happen? Look at Deuteronomy 28 and 60. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou was afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. But you gotta understand too, he makes these things, man. He created all things. Psalms 103 and 3. Who forgiveth all thy iniquities, who healeth all thy diseases. So the thing is, some people might have had corona, and well, that's the thing. They said it's like a dormant disease or something like that. But the thing is, like, this is the thing. Look, Mark 1 and 34. And he healed many that were sick of diverse diseases, cast out many devils, and suffered not the devils to speak, because he knew him. And who did he know? He knew the devil. The thing is, and that's the thing, like me, I know who the devil is. And like when I'm in these churches, these people immediately, they're wanting, have you gave your life to Jesus Christ? Let's bow down. And you know, I just stand sure with, you know, I know who that is. I can't bow down to that. That's Satan. So I gotta warn people who you're bowing down to, and who you're praying to. So that's in all these other nations. Okay, it's not just America, Samaria. All right. But let me get back into it. Well, the thing is, these sicknesses are they're just very important, man. Exodus 15:26 says it best, and said, if thou wilt diligently hearken unto the voice of Yahawah, the Lord thy God, and will do that which is right in his sight, not in our own wisdom and understanding, not in our side of our wisdom and understanding, but his side in wisdom and understanding standing, and will give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases, corona, you got the H1N1, You've got shingles. You've got all these. You've got all these. You've got all these diseases, man. Thousands of diseases. And if you haven't even caught one, count that as a blessing. I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians, for I am Yahawah the Lord that healeth thee. And it's when you read the Bible is when you get filled up with his wisdom and his understanding. It's like just to know that we're in this thing called life, and just to do right in his sight is just very powerful, man. He can set you very low or very high, and that's what we've seen from time to time, from people from nation to nation. But it's only with his people, the 12 tribes, the true Hebrew Israelites. And I've seen that face in my mind, and I just want to pull up some of these scriptures, just because the coordinates helped me find this. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eight scriptures right there talking about the face of my forehead. If you guys read Wisdom of Solomon 5 through 7, it matches up with Psalms. I want you to pause it, but I'm going to jump to Psalms 40 and 3. Okay. And that matches up with what I just went to back there. Wisdom of Solomon 5 through 7 matches up with this verse right here. Okay, hang on, when they see it. Okay, it's right here. It matches up with verse 2. Okay. And there's another one too. But that's the main one right there. Just so you guys can ponder upon as you read, because the story gets better and better the more as you read. People don't understand that. They think that it's just something you do when you go to church, and that's actually, I can't, I believe it, but I believe that they do that. But like the thing is, like, that blindness is so heavy on them. That's why they do that. But Ezekiel 16:12. Well, start from 9. 12 to get short to the point. I put a jewel on thy forehead and earrings in thy ears and a beautiful crown upon thy head. This is the Most High God talking. Okay. And thy realm went forth among the heathen for thy beauty, for it was perfect through my comeliness, which I have put upon thee, saith Yahawah the Lord God. And he shewed his name to me. And thing is, matches up with John 17 verse 6. But Lamentations 3, if you want to know who I am the man that have seen affliction by the rod of his wrath. You can read all the way down. But look, my soul hath them still in remembrance. Verse 20, my soul hath them still in remembrance and is humbled in me. I talk about them evil angels. Them innumerable angels, okay? They were innumerable. There's so many of them. Like they took up the matter of air that is before you. That's how many, okay? Like you're breathing in and out angels. You don't even, that's just how many there, that's just all existence, you know what I mean? But Psalms 40:12, for innumerable evils have compassed me about, my iniquities have taken hold upon me, so that I am not able to look up, for they are more than the hairs of my head, therefore my heart faileth me. And that goes back to those angels, man. Those innumerable, they were greatly terrifying, But the matches up with Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 11. All good things came to me with her, which is wisdom, the moon. She entered into my heart. She talked to me that night, which is Eclecticus 1, verse 6 and verse 7. And those innumerable evils, those were those innumerable riches, the UFOs, the holy angels. They put that in my head. Was the most. It's still confusing. It's still scatticky, and that's why you want to keep reading. You want to keep on eating and feeding and starving the ways of this world. All good things came to me with her, and innumerable riches in her hands. Let me see what I noted here. And that's it. For innumerable evils have compassed me about. That's when wisdom, she called me out, and that was the trial. Proverbs 2 and 10, she entered into my soul. And I rejoiced in them all, because wisdom goeth before them, and I knew not that she was the mother of them. And for she is a treasure unto men that never faileth, which they that use become the friends of the Most High God, being commended for the gifts that come from learning. So the thing is, when you learn something, there's something that comes with it. The Most High God hath granted me to speak as I would, and to conceive as is meet for the things that are given me, because it is He that leadeth unto wisdom and directeth the wise. So the thing is, back in Proverbs, out of his, Sirach, Eclecticus, out of the Most High God's mouth is fountain of wisdom. But yeah, he leadeth me to the rock, Well, actually, while we're on this, because I know it's going to sound a little cluttery, but the moon is the rock, the flinty rock, okay? Spoke of in Psalms 40 and 2. And he brought me up also out of a horrible pit. And I'm going to tell you about that pit. Wisdom went into me to the pit with me, okay? And delivered me out of the pit, out of the miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock. Going back to Exodus 33 and verse 21. And established my goings. And where he established my goings in this truth, not stepping into a church and listening to somebody else's what they think is the proof, all right? But I needed understanding on what this face was in my head. And I went to every man and church, place, friend, and nobody could tell me anything. Only the Most High. When I started reading and could see between the lines, then I could understand what the time, and I was a sign, and I am a sign. And the thing is, that's Psalm 69 verse 20. The thing is, I hang dearly onto these precepts, these verses, because man, this is what the world's been waiting on for almost 500. You're never gonna see this again. People look at comets in the sky and stuff. Well, that's the thing. People they're not even sure what they're looking at. And but the thing is, that rock, I'm just gonna jump to Exodus 33 and 21. That rock, man. And Yahawah, the Lord said, behold, there's a place by me, and thou shalt stand upon a rock. And I'm gonna just add up something that goes with that. Give me wisdom, which sitteth by thy throne. Let me see. If thou desire wisdom, keep the commandments, and Yahawah, BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, the Lord, shall give her unto thee. But this is the one, beautiful. Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 4. Give me wisdom that sitteth by thy throne, and reject me not from among thy children. And I just had an earring in my ear. That's Ezekiel 16 and 12, the earrings in my ear, to let me know, I'm not steering you guys wrong. Anybody out there, I died twice, I've been risen from the grave. And I'm ready to risk it all and lose it again and gain it again if I have to, just to show you guys, the power we're dealing with here is much bigger than all of us together could comprehend. And that's just how big it is. But with wisdom, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of the Most High God, Yahawah, that giveth to all men liberally, freely, meaning, and upbraideth not, meaning he doesn't hold back, and it shall be given him. Like I always knew that I was dumb, I was stupid, because I would mess up. I realized that I'm only human. That's what we hear it all the time, but we're much more than that. Once we start striving for riches incorruptible, that's the Most High who builds you into a God, not just a human, but into a God. And because humans got capabilities to do good, but the thing is, we don't always choose to do good. But with the Most High, you pray for a righteous spirit. Like I pray for everybody around me, people who I haven't even met. The thing is, I really want to get this video out, because it's just, that's the thing. Once you know how powerful this is, people are gonna sense that, and it's just gonna gravitate. It's gonna be like a magnetic wave. And the thing is, once you got real and truth, love, all the right components together, I mean, the results are atomic. And that's the thing. But in a positive way, it's solution versus pollutants out here. With that being said, call hello Yahawah BaHASHAM YAHAWASHI BAHASHAM BabaQdash. And I'm just still working on, I'm still working, y'all. Still working on the bigger thing. And I'm trying to relocate